Trumble is the current agricultural science building named after Mr. Peter Trumble. Peter Trumble's first day as a Scotch student began in 1937 when he entered Grade 5 at Torrens Park. It was the beginning of a long association with the school spanning 80 years. Agriculture was established in 1923 on the property's former stables and horse paddock. The farm was originally focused on an orangery, vineyard and banana grove. The contemporary farm covers an area of approximately 2.5 hectares for the purpose of agricultural education. Scotch College was the first school in South Australia to offer a dedicated agriculture course. Today there are sheep, alpacas, cattle, as well as winemaking and vineyards. Mr. Trumble's father did agricultural science at the University of Melbourne and inspired his love of the subject. Mr. Trumble became a distinguished agricultural scientist, having studied chemistry, physics, botany, zoology and a subject called elementary physical chemistry in his first year at university. During his second, third and fourth year, he studied at North Terrace and Waite Institute, as well as Roseworthy College, where animal studies was taught. Mr. Trumble graduated university in 1949. Mr. Trumble reminisced that Scotch had about 40-odd acres of land and at least half of that was devoted to what was called the farm. It wasn't really broadacre. There was no cereal cropping or anything of that kind other than in small plots. They'd grow a number of different varieties of wheat or barley or whatnot, just so students could see the different types. Some varieties matured early and some later. They had some pigs. I had my first lessons in the mysteries of birth seeing the pigsties up there. They had chooks, they had a good vegetable garden, they had some horses, they had a couple of cows. It was a small-scale demonstration farm of livestock and a few crops. The boys provided the labour force for that. Peter Trumble was one of the first old collegians to be granted legend status, an honour begun by Principal Mr. Tim Outen to recognise outstanding service to the Scotch community. Mr. Bell was one of only 7 Masters of Agriculture in the past 100 years, although these days the position is known as Head of Agriculture. He was at the college for 30 years and was instrumental in planting the college vineyard, which includes red and white varieties. Richard Bell also started an aquaculture program, working with Mr. Tony Bart, a science teacher, to establish the program at this time. There was an emphasis on freshwater species such as silver perch, Murray cod, rainbow trout and marron. Agriculture science educates every student to understand decisions about the food they consume with science in mind. Agriculture is, after all, the foundation of all our lives. Agriculture falls under the umbrella of STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering and mathematics. STEM is important because it pervades every part of our lives and many future vocations will be based on a grounding in these subjects. The Trumble building will soon go under an exciting redevelopment as an agricultural skills centre. My name is Ilka Klepper and I'm the first female Head of Agriculture employed by Scotch College. Originally from New South Wales, I've worked in a variety of rural and remote settings teaching agriculture, environmental science, biology and many other sciences. Currently, I'm upgrading the curriculum to reflect the rapidly changing nature of the agricultural industry as we know it. Currently, the college facilities in the agriculture precinct are in a rebuilding phase to be more fit for purpose, and we are endeavouring to create a farm precinct for a world-class agriculture education program that supports a systems thinking approach to production and land management, is entrepreneurial, globally focused and sustainably focused. We wish to develop temporary teaching and learning facilities that will engage with students, provide opportunities for outdoor learning and are well connected to the farm precinct and the proposed wellness centre. The early designs are exciting and significantly enhance what we'll be able to offer. They will include new ag science labs, food production, winemaking and cold storage areas, as well as custom designed spaces to support both aquaponics and hydroponics. There are also a new cattle yard and poultry shed facilities, orchards and apiaries. Perhaps the greatest change is in the way the different facilities will connect to each other to enhance interaction, create new indoor and outdoor learning spaces and embed agricultural sciences more deeply into the heart of Torrens Park campus.